Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. Welcome to the channel where I share art journaling and junk journaling projects and ideas. So this video today is a special one for me because I am teaching at a local in-person art retreat with some really wonderful friends. The art retreat is really about Zentangle inspired art. So I can link Zentangle below if you don't know what that is. It's usually doing black and white patterns, but when you do Zentangle inspired art, you can add all the other mixed media techniques and goodies. And that's what my project is about. I put these little mini journals in these cute little bowls. I don't know, it makes me happy. I like looking at them and having them around. I'm still working on quite a few of them. But what I do have today is to show you some examples of pages and spreads from the art retreat. I'm not going to go too much into the actual class that I taught, but you will see some of the pages that I finished, and I will go in depth into how to make your own easy mini altered craft notebook, so that if you want to make a little mini art journal in whatever style that you want, you can make one too. So I hope that makes sense. Just share a little bit of some of the retreat ideas and then the actual altering of the notebook. So the first thing I'm showing here is the actual dyeing of the edges and some of the pages. This was a really interesting and, you never know, experimental, I guess I'll say, process. And the technique I used was bleeding tissue paper. It's not regular tissue paper, it's an art tissue paper. And this is very much light mixed media, so if you ever use it, I would use light layers of water in this type of journal because it's really just notebook paper, and also wear gloves if you're using bleeding tissue paper. Okay, so this is really the main project journal where I shared a lot of the Zentangle patterning, the ink, pen and ink drawing. This is a wild little map. I also got these adorable pressed flowers on Amazon, and you'll see those sprinkled throughout the journal. Lots of quotes and word art. I love that. I'm always inspired by actually adding quotes and words to my journal pages. Lots of collage. Found poetry. And some nice washi tape in there too. So I hope that just gives you a general idea of what an altered notebook that becomes a little mini art journal could look like. And of course you could do it any way you want. I use this really pretty wrapping paper that, again, found on Amazon. Here's some coffee dyeing, more collage. I love this page. And all of that fun Zentangle pen and ink. Yeah, so it's totally up to you what direction you go in. I'm really excited about this class. I'm teaching with a couple other certified Zentangle teachers back, I think well back in 2017. That was a form of art I really enjoyed and sort of, I don't know, I discovered at a craft fair someone was doing it. So I did do the teacher training, and it's so fun to just jump into some local art classes. There's always a great group of enthusiastic art journalers and tanglers, as you call people who do Zentangle. So lots of fun there, and it's great to get together with people. It's fun doing things online, but those in-person events are so joyful. Okay, so now I am jumping into how to alter the actual craft notebook. And I think you may have seen on the screen, this is a 4¼ by 4¼ square, 24 pages. And I'm going to sort of tier the pages and scallop them or make them, I'm calling it more of a petaled edge. And then of course there's all the fun things that you can add to your pages. This is wrapping paper on the right, washi tape, fun stickers and stamps, and I used a little bit of baker's twine, and I made a little button out of corrugated cardboard and then used a brad to kind of hold that together for the closure. I have had mixed results with layering all the collage goodies in stapled journals. So I was really mindful about how I put this together and how many pages I wanted. And I know some people actually will sew their staple journals, but for me, I'm going to take out 5 pages or 5 double pages, a folio. In other words, that would equal 10 single pages. And then I'm going to glue them together, double-sided with glue stick, and then also finally reinforce them, the center one, with medical tape, actually, the center of the spine. And I found this worked really well. And as you work in the journal, you'll be collaging over that center area. I think that they call it the gutter friends. And so you'll be reinforcing the notebook itself. Okay, so I pulled out those 10 single pages, and you can always use those for adding them back into your journal or for some fun doodling. So they're not going to go to waste. I love to doodle. This in the Zentangle world is called Flux, this pattern. And again, I'll link zentangle.com below if you want to check out what the whole world of Zentangle is. Okay, now to keep the center a little more secure, I did push down with my scissors the staples. And as I said earlier, I'm going to go in with the medical tape. I found this basically anywhere in the pharmacy. You can get it, Walmart, or I'm sure, actually I think I bought this one on Amazon as well. And in these notebooks, the altering of them, you can do anything that you would do in your regular junk journals or collage journals, I would say, in terms of your layouts. I didn't bulk it up in the same way that I would add pockets and tuck spots and all of that to my junk journals. I did keep it more of a little bit of collaging, word art, and doodling. But you can use rubber stamping, add cute little stickers and stamps and washi. I love those little mushroom stamps on the left. I have that Tim Holtz tissue paper on the top left, and so you can add all of those fun goodies. And throughout working in this journal, I use cute little bits of scrapbook paper, leftover scraps. And again, as often as you can cover your center of your spread, you're reinforcing your notebook all the way along the way as you work in it. And my last tip is something that I had a lot of trouble with, and I definitely recommend this, but when you are coffee dyeing a little bit or using the bleeding tissue paper, any wet media or techniques on your page, let everything dry thoroughly because you don't want to turn the pages. You know exactly what happens, and I speak from experience. If you are working on a wet page, it is likely to tear a lot more easily. So let everything dry. If you're impatient like me, if you have a heat tool, then go for that. I found I used a couple different glues, just what I had on hand. I like this UHU. I never know how to say it. Yoo-hoo or something. I also have the Scotch permanent glue. I gave out both versions at the retreat, and I'm just taking my time, making sure that I spread out the glue. You will get some wrinkles. It's inevitable in this technique, but if you do it slowly, I found that I had pretty decent seven pages in the new little art journal to work on that were relatively smooth and were probably the weight of cardstock in the end. So here's some of this really pretty wrapping paper. These are 2 designs. It came in a set of 4 designs, but I love this for an autumn vibe. I'm in New England and loving our seasonal change to fall. Although, as you may be able to tell, my voice isn't loving it as much. A little bit of the allergies coming in. All right, and now for the altering of the notebook, I thought a petaled edge or a rounded or scalloped edge would look really sweet and sort of tear it out into layers, gradually making each page longer. So the cover itself is almost in the shape of a D, and then each of the following 7 pages, ooh, I got very wiggly there, are slightly larger. No hard and fast measuring here, friends. Lots of possibilities for a little notebook like this. I did also, I know, I should be an Amazon affiliate, but I'm not. I bought these in bulk because I was teaching at the art retreat with my friends, and there are, I think with all of us, we're at 34 or 35 of us. So I needed to buy these in bulk. But I'm sure that you could buy them in smaller sets or probably individually. I'm clipping the little bit of the top. There's sort of a little triangle that happens up there with the straight page that I want to make more rounded. So I just sort of snip those little bits at the end. And it's pretty much as easy as that. A cute little art journal. Again, light mixed media. In our art retreat, we're doing a little coffee dyeing. We are putting on the latex gloves to do the bleeding tissue paper. You can find that at most art supply stores or order online. And the back cover I cut the same as the back page. I left those both the same. Used a little bit of washi tape for the spine and tucked in the twine in the back so that would secure to the button with the washi tape. And didn't really decorate the back of the journal. So I hope this gives you some ideas. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to hear what you're doing lately in your journaling in the comments. And thanks so much for stopping by the channel. I'll see you in the next video.